started the company to bring a higher degree of innovation and integration of creative, culinary, and technical to the food and beverage industry, and also to work in a very disparate environment. So we're not working on mayonnaise all day long.
So what we do here at Mattson, we are professional inventors to the food and beverage industry. Our job is to work with our clients to help them identify opportunities for completely new products in food and beverage, to conceptualize the ideas, to do early product formulation work or prototyping, bring those products to life so we can test them with consumers, and then if we get good buy-in from the consumer, it looks like a promising business opportunity, to scale those products up and get them to market as quickly as possible.
We always say, the better you are at doing what you do, the worse you are at doing what you don't do. And our mission is to help food and beverage companies do what they don't do. Yeah. Meaning, if you're making single wrap slices, they're called SWS in the industry, single wrap slices of cheese. That takes a lot of very specific, outstanding knowledge, but that sure makes you good at that, but not doing anything different than that.
When we are creating new food and beverage products for our clients, usually our underlying goal is to create new products that have higher margin, higher profit potential than the rest of their existing portfolio. Because why grow a business at a lower margin? Let's always seek to grow a business at a higher margin. So there's another guiding principle in the food industry, which is the profit pyramid. The ingredients to make a successful new product are attitude, then air, then water, commodity ingredients, and finally really expensive ingredients. And if you can have two products that essentially have exactly the same components except for attitude, because attitude is our single most profitable ingredient that we can engineer into a product. And let me show you a couple of examples. In the mustard business, here in the United States, there are two extremely well-known brands of mustard. One is French's, and one is Grey Poupon. French's is in a bright yellow plastic squeeze bottle, and it's also a bright yellow mustard. And then Grey Poupon is in a glass jar. It has beautiful printed lettering on the package itself. And while both brands are extremely well known and very trusted by consumers, this product sells for 4 times the cost per pound of yellow mustard. But the ingredient costs are absolutely identical. Simply the way in which you grind the mustard seed gets you to a slightly darker and more pungent flavor and more assertive flavor in Grey Poupon than you have with yellow mustard. But because of the way it's packaged, the way it's positioned, the shape and look of the jar, way beyond its branding is what gives this product the attitude that enables Grey Poupon to be sold for 4 times the cost per pound of the French's product. So certainly when we're looking to create new products for our clients, we're seeking this kind of level of innovation where we can grow their business with significantly higher margin product.
I think our contribution to the industry is that we can do things much faster and more creatively. Often companies will come to us with something they want done, and they'll be at the very last minute, and they've waited to try and really close the gap, and we're able to do that in a relatively short time frame, and much more accountably. And we've provided, so that's the commercialization step. We also provide more culinary. The industry is not very culinary. They tend to have chefs as token members of the team, not as integral members. We have them as integral members, and big companies are not creative, and so we can bring creative perspectives to to food and beverage products, much more desirable, compelling concepts. Cryptically, I say that the industry is kind of constipated.
I know we do what we do very well. The process, the organizational structure we have is very, very effective at creating new products because we have a lot of successes. We have a lot of repeat clients. We have a wonderful business here. It works, but at the same time, you always want to reach for something. You want to look for better technique, reinvent yourself constantly. Just as apply the same creativity to the process and the infrastructure of how you do it that you do to creating a new product. Let's apply the same creativity to the process and the organizational structure as anything else. Let's look at a different industry that's extraordinarily profitable and very, very productive and moves at a very, very rapid pace, much faster than the food industry has ever moved. And that's software. And I'm looking to an aspirational industry and how can we start to close the gap between the food industry and the software industry, just in terms of pure productivity across the board. I think a process skeptic is the best person to test process, because for years and years we've been exposed to every conceivable process that you can imagine. The times where we have seen 15-foot long, 5-foot high, rolled out charts of 275-step stage gate processes where you've truly someone has attempted to institutionalize the creative and the invention process. It's almost unimaginable that someone could actually execute those step by step by step and end up with a brilliant product at the end. I wanted to look at processes that actually were in some material way responsible for the success of that industry, and that's how I came to open source and XP. And the fact that they were extremely different models from each other. They were diametrically opposed, in terms of size, infrastructure, philosophy, and very differentiated from the managed process model that's used by the food industry. So we really had three very well defined, highly differentiated processes to test.